Hey!
Hello everyone, Matteo here with a game collecting video. Not the typical game collecting video you've probably grown accustomed for me to be sharing. This is going to be a spin-off of my Game Haul series. Yes, it's always fun and interesting to share everything that I've gotten in the last few months with you, but today we're going to be taking a deep dive in the neat and niche things that I have gathered throughout the years. I have technically four pieces of my collection I'm going to be sharing with you today. Stuff that's been lost in time, and some of it's considered lost media. But I thought today I would share with you some of these really interesting things, and hopefully in the future share some more things with you. Just spend a little bit more extra time on these really cool little bits in my collection. So if you like the game collecting series and or game collecting content that I make for the Hub World, be sure to like this video and subscribe. So let's get started with the first piece. As a child of the 1990s, Nintendo Power played a very big part in my life. An interesting thing that Nintendo would do in the Nintendo Power magazine would be sharing promotional material for games. And some of those things that they would share would be in VHS form. So I was not aware of this, but Nintendo actually had a series of VHS tapes that they shared throughout the Super Nintendo and Nintendo 64 lifespan. I have two of those VHS tapes. One was in a Game Haul video, probably one of the first ones I ever made on the original Hub World channel, and that is Banjo-Kazooie, The New Adventure Begins. This tape came out in May of 1998. There were three versions of this tape that was actually released. This one was the Nintendo Power one because there is no retailer markings on it. The other variants of this are the Toys R Us variant and the Blockbuster Video variant. Toys R Us in my part of Canada is completely gone as of the recording of this video. The last few months they have been shuttering their stores, so Toys R Us is almost completely gone from North America. This was the 7th VHS promo tape that Nintendo distributed, and it's narrated by the one and only John Lovitz. I got this for my birthday a few years back. Even the cassette itself has the sticker of the box on it, which is really, really cool. But, as I said at the beginning of this video, I have another tape. This one is called Hot News 64. It is completely sealed in the plastic wrap still. This was the 10th VHS that Nintendo distributed back in September of 1999. I assume mine was supposed to be a video rental because of the free rental little sticker that's on the front of the box. And I've seen some of these online, but actually the box art was horizontal instead of vertical like mine. So I don't know if this one is more rare or anything like that. Obviously, my copy is sealed. I have no plans of opening this, but I did actually want to take a sneak peek at what's actually on this tape. And boy, was I hit with the biggest cringe of my life. Like, this tape is the epitome of late 90s, early 2000s cringe. Like, even look at the back here. Hot tips, cool cheats, sneak peeks, hot news. Like, this is the embodiment of 1990s, early 2000s cringe, where like if they thought by putting a Z at the end of everything, they immediately made it cooler. And like, take a look at this.
Welcome, you lucky game freaks. I'm Steve Sobel, and this is a very special edition of Nintendo's Hot News 64, the all-you-can-eat buffet of insider news on the hottest game system in history, and I guess I must be talking about N64! Right on. Now, everybody knows N64 just keeps getting bigger and better and more amazing, while the other guys are going like, hey, Nintendo, hey, can I be like you? Wait, hey, let me catch up. You want to go get a soda or something?
If you do have the gumption to go through the entirety of the video, I'm including the link in the description. I'd like to thank Hard4Games for preserving this video. They do a great job, honestly, preserving a lot of lost media like this. They have like not just VHS tapes, but they do the promotional DVDs and all things like marketing materials from the 90s and 2000s that like they're really keeping that alive. And I'll keep the link for their video in the description of this video, so you guys can cringe to all the 90s glory that Nintendo provided us. Next up, the Power Glove. No, not this Power Glove. The NES Power Glove, though, is one of the most iconic and well-known accessories that came out during the NES generation. But did you know there was another Power Glove released on another Nintendo system? Introducing the Glove. This contraption, for lack of a better term, was made by Reality Quest in 1998. They also released a variant on PlayStation 1. So to go over the buttons, you have your A button, B button, and Start button, as well as the 4 C buttons on the N64 controller, your L button, R button, and Z button in the middle. The controller pack is on the back with its little unlocking mechanism, and on the side here, there's the D-pad. But how do you control it? Where's the control stick? Your wrist is the control stick. You know, it provides a decent amount of range of motion. But the problem is, if you are an adult male with big hands like me, or if you're left-handed, you are SOL essentially. You cannot control this. But you know what? You might be dodging a bullet in that case. I don't think this is the ideal method to control any game. It's just a really niche thing that they probably wanted to capitalize on the original Power Glove. So, yeah, there's a reason why Reality Quest doesn't exist anymore. So, I will bid you farewell with the glove. It actually pains me a lot doing this. We will move on to the final item for this video. So the last thing I'll be sharing in this video is one of these. Do any of you guys remember these? Because I sure as hell didn't before I bought this. This is a Nintendo Mini Classics. This line of products came out in 1998. They were sold everywhere. Grocery stores, department stores, toy stores, everywhere that like you could buy a little sort of keychain type accessory. You could find one of these there. So like I said, it was a line of products of miniaturized Game & Watches. They did Mario Cement Factory, Donkey Kong 1, Junior, and 3, Super Mario Bros. They did so many games, Legend of Zelda, and these released all throughout the late 90s and into the 2000s, well into the 2000s. Obviously, I have Donkey Kong Jr., and when I purchased this at a thrift store back in the glory days of thrift stores, I had no idea what this was, but because Donkey Kong was on it and it was a Nintendo product, I had to buy it. But back in the day, they teamed up with a German conglomerate called Stadelbauer, who helped produce these little mini Game Boy-like keychains. Stadelbauer then teamed up with other regional companies to release this line of LCD games in other countries. So, I'll never open this. It's going to stay sealed in its blister package for the rest of its life. But rest assured, I did research this line of products online, and they do actually have Game & Watch functionality. So they have their alarm, and it's apparently a very loud alarm, and clock functionality, as well as the game. But I also found out that this is not from 1998, and the reason is because of Donkey Kong right here. This artwork of Donkey Kong was from Super Smash Bros., and that came out in 1999. So, what year is it from? Well, based on my research online, and I was looking at a bunch of eBay listings, I've even seen pictures on IGN of these, and the image of Donkey Kong on some of these, not exactly Donkey Kong Jr., but for the original Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong 3, have been made with the Mario vs. Donkey Kong render of Donkey Kong. And that game came out, I think, in like 2004, 2005 for the Game Boy Advance. So that then sort of dates this anywhere between 1999 and 2005 to the best of my knowledge. Well, that's it for today's video. Did you guys know there was a Power Glove for the Nintendo 64 prior to this? hopefully you learned something new. It was really fun researching all these things, and I definitely have a lot more stuff I can talk about and dig out from inside the Hub World Vault. So if you like this video and if you want the series to continue, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the Hub World for more interesting game collecting content. So I will see you again next time. Bye.
Hey!